Okay. Regular meeting of the City Council, Needles Public Utility Authority, Housing Authority, City of Needles, will come to order. A roll call.
Councilmember Ford,
Here.
McCorkle,
Here.
Campbell,
Here.
Mayor Jernigan,
Here.
Hoag,
Here.
Belt.
Belt.
Thank you.
She's here.
And Long Break is absent.
He's excused. Public comments pertaining to the executive session items. A 3-minute time limit per person has been established. Recess to executive session, Lena will read.
Yes, item A, conference with real property negotiator pursuant to government code section 54956.8. Agency negotiator, city manager Patrick Martinez, or his designee. Negotiating parties are the city of Needles as a potential lessor and San Bernardino County as a potential lessee for a portion of the building located at 1111 Bailey Avenue. APN is stated. Under negotiations are the pricing terms. Item B, conference with legal counsel regarding existing litigation pursuant to government code section 54956.9D1. City of Needles v. Rivera, Superior Court of County of San Bernardino, case number is stated. Thank you.
Thank you. Regular meeting of the City Council, Needles Public Utility Authority, Housing Authority, City of Needles will come to order. Roll call.
Councilmember Ford,
Here.
McCorkle,
Here.
Campbell,
Here.
Mayor Jernigan,
Here.
Hoag,
Here.
and Belt.
Here.
And Henry Long Break is absent.
Excuse absence. Executive session report by city attorney.
Yes, thank you. With respect to item A, conference with real property negotiator pursuant to government code section 54956.8, there is no reportable action. With respect to item B, conference with legal counsel regarding existing litigation pursuant to government code section 54956.9D1, the matter of Rivera, there is no reportable action. Thank you.
Thank you. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Heavenly Father, thank you for the calling to serve. Help our city leaders, our city council, our administration, lead with integrity, courage, and a spirit of service for all people. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Approval of agenda. We're going to move item number 10 to the next meeting, February 10th. This was an item that was brought to the agenda by the councilman Long Break, who is absent tonight. And for a motion. No.
We need, well, you need to approve the agenda.
I know. Because we wanted him to perform.
Yeah, so real quick, the council member, again, approval of the agenda, what we're talking about now is the council member Long Break had requested this item at the last meeting. What we're talking about is moving it to the next agenda. This is the Welcome Center agenda item. And so if that's something that the council would, allow, based on him making the request, and we can do that. We can proceed forward. It's up to the council.
Sense. You have to look specifically on this one first.
You have to approve the agenda as amended or approve it without.
With them.
I'll move to approve as amended.
I'll second.
Call for the vote.
Councilmember Ford,
Yes.
McCorkle, Campbell,
Yes.
Hoag,
Yes.
Belt.
Yes.
Thank you.
Correspondence. We have two items for correspondence. The first being an OHMB public comment, the safety concern regarding that item. And the next one is a letter of opposition to the resolution 2025-49 opposing the dispensary. Introductions tonight in the audience, we have prior councilperson Sean Goodmanson, Tim Terrell, prior city manager Rick Daniel, and prior mayor Jeff Williams. Thank you for coming. And prior city councilperson Zach Loney. He's hiding, yes. And then city attorney parliamentary procedure.
Yes, thank you. The mayor or presiding officer is responsible for the maintenance of order and decorum at all times. No person should be allowed to speak who has not first been recognized by the chair. All questions and remarks should be addressed to the chair. The council member, once recognized, shall not be interrupted while speaking unless called to order by the presiding officer. No member shall be allowed to speak more than once upon any one subject until every other member choosing to speak thereon shall have spoken. Public members attending council meetings shall observe the same rules of order and decorum applicable to the council. Thank you.
Thank you. As a courtesy to those in attendance, we would ask that cell phones be turned off or set in their silent mode. Thank you. Public appearance, persons wishing to address the NPUA, city council on subjects other than those that are scheduled are requested to do so at this time. When called by the mayor, please announce your name and address for the record. In order to conduct a timely meeting, a 3-minute time limit per person has been established by Municipal Code Section 2-18. Amendments to the California Government Code Section 54950 prohibits the city council from taking action on a specific item until it appears on the agenda. Any public comment? Marianne?
Hi, my name is Mary Ann Jones. I live at 837 Beach Drive in Needles. And I'm the president of the museum, and we wanted to bring you a current newsletter. Some of you guys already get a newsletter. The members, we send them a hard copy in the mail. Pam Clem is our editor. And this year marks the 100th year anniversary of US Route 66. And in our current issue, she has an article on the National Old Trails Road. And the National Old Trails Road was certified to the Highway 66 in 1926. And it runs directly in front of the museum, first as the National Old Trails and then to the Route 66. And it was later moved to Broadway. But our majority of our visitors at the museum are following Route 66. And then another article in here is about Pat Morris, the son of Manny Morris, who recently, we recently went to the dedication of that. And the Morris family gave the museum a generous donation. That's my time.
Yeah.
So we're currently trying to be open 7 days. Right now, we're open Monday through Saturday, our regular hours 9 to 2. And we're currently trying to be open on Sundays during the farmers market. So we want to invite you all in and to come in sometime and give us and visit. And here's our newsletters to pass around. Thank you.
Yes. Anyone else? If not, public comment will be closed. Presentation, a 10-minute time limit per presentation has been established per Municipal Code Section 2-18. We need to make a correction. First, we're going to have Tri-State Community Healthcare Center. A presentation will be given on local primary care services, behavioral health programs, and the community health resources.
Hello, council. Thank you for having us. Mayor, community, thank you for letting us give a presentation today about our healthcare, Tri-State Community Healthcare Center. It's on Broadway, our new facility is. I brought everybody out to talk to you tonight. So first I'd like to introduce my board. You'd stand up, George, Mary, and 2 board members that are here tonight representing the rest of the board. And also I brought admin out, our CEO, Aram, and our COO, Maria. And the other 2 will be addressed. They're going to talk to you during their time. we've been here for almost 15 years now in the community, helping provide healthcare service to the community. I'd like to introduce and turn this presentation over to Gori. She's our Chief Business Development Director.
Thank you, Jeff. Well, good evening, council. Thank you so much. As Jeff had shared, we're here to give you further overview of Tri-State Community Healthcare, and thank you for your time. As we see here, Tri-State has been both here in healthcare services and needles for over 14 years. We are an FQHC, federally qualified health center, nonprofit, securing insured and serving insured, underinsured, and uninsured residents. Our focus is on access, it's on prevention, and it's on the continuity of care. And
Is it not advancing?
Yeah.
Here, hold on.
thank you.
It might work now.
One more. Can we move on?
Try doing it one more and see if it might. Okay. Sometimes it needs a jump start.
Thank you.
Sorry. I'll
No.
do it for you.
Here we have some blockets here to share what the needs are in the community and how Tri-State has been addressing these needs. First, we are in Needles here, a rural and geographically isolated community with limited access to specialty healthcare services. There are transportation barriers for residents here. There's no local grocery store contributing to food insecurity. And here we have a higher risk of delayed care and ER use. Please. We have a full comprehensive care team available for primary care, family medicine, full-time on-site dental clinic, behavioral and mental health services, optometry, podiatry, preventative and chronic disease management. Next slide, please. And we know within FQHC the importance of preventing emergency room visits, the ongoing management of chronic conditions here in Needles, the preventative screenings and early intervention, which we know as an FQHC obviously saves taxpayer dollars. The behavioral health care before the crisis occurs is paramount for us as an FQHC. Dental care, preventing serious infections, and reducing the unnecessary ER visits and hospitalizations. Next slide, please. And pharmacy access after the Rite Aid closure, how we as Tri-State have been able to step in here and bridge the gap. Closure of Rite Aid left Needles without a local pharmacy. Patients were at risk of medication and non-compliance. And Tri-State CHC coordinated with a long-term LA-based pharmacy partner and also brought Route 66 here into town for the additional support. Medications delivered directly here to the city of Needles. And this here in comprehensive manner ensure the continuity of the care of our local patients here. Next slide, please. By restoring this local pharmacy access, we contacted multiple partners and resources. We advocated for the restoration of pharmacy services. And we supported the efforts that helped bring Route 66, the pharmacy itself, to Needles. Restore the local access of medications for residents and bring in Colorado River Home Health and Hospice, as well as the durable medical supplies to the local community. And durable here in this time is of essence. Supporting the chronic care at home with free blood pressure monitors for eligible patients, free glucometers for diabetes management, available to insured and uninsured patients, and most importantly, which I have a faith believe in, is education and follow-up provided by our care teams, which I was able to see today firsthand. And with this food access and nutritional support Tri-State has provided, as there is no grocery store in Needles local here for produce, food support launched over a year ago through organizations like Bienestar is Wellbeing and Hunger Heroes. Fresh fruits and vegetables were provided at no cost by Tri-State and CHC's partners. We integrated all of this into our care for diabetes and hypertension. We see well-being as a community effort in investing in our youth here in Needles. We're supporting local sports teams, encouraging healthy lifestyles, obviously from the healthy eating and outreach, keeping youth engaged and keeping them supported, strengthening our overall community well-being. And we're excited in 2026. We're looking ahead here, bridging so many more of the gaps with your support. We have planned addition dermatology, physical therapy, and other services. We have the expansion of specialty services that are based on community needs and reducing travel for care, which is very important for your homebound patients. And the continued focus on access and prevention. We're supporting local women's groups here and our local women's club ordering lunches from local businesses and bringing those lunches to homebound patients. And we are seeing the desire and increase for these requests regularly. So I would love to bring up Grace here, who is our local, she's right on the ground here, our local outreach specialist with Tri-State, to speak more. And should you have any further questions? Thank you, Council.
Thank you.
Thank you, thank you. You can move it back if it gets too.
Okay, too pitchy.
Yeah.
Can you all hear me?
Yes.
Okay. I spoke a couple council meetings ago, but I started working for Tri-State 5 years ago for their grand opening, and you guys graciously allowed us to block off a section of Route 66, and we brought big blow up things for the kids and musicians. And ever since that first day working for Tri-State, my entire job has been to just build community and see the needs that there are here and help through the help of Tri-State fill those needs. So from doing the Easter egg hunts, which Needles didn't have before we started them here, and the mayor every single year coming out and waking up early and putting those eggs out with me, 10,000 eggs, to in the last week and a half, we have distributed 160,000 pounds of food, of fresh produce. This is not junk food. This is fresh, delicious produce, and people come, hundreds and hundreds of people come bright and early. It's all run by volunteers. It's not costing the city a penny. This last summer, I went to the pool, and Keenan, who you have here working for you, which you stole from Bullhead, but I know he's originally from Needles, so I'll let you have that. He is amazing. And he said, yeah, we just don't have as many things here as you do in Bullhead. And I said, well, why don't we do it? And in about a week and a half, we set up that summer pool party, which was so successful, but we couldn't do any of the things that we do without the City of Needles and your partnership. Several times our forklift did not work, and I would call the mayor or Patrick very, very early and say, we need your help. And you guys are always there for us, and we want to be there for you. So if there is anything that we can do more than we have already done, please help us. Aram, our CEO, is so benevolent and generous, and he really genuinely just wants to see the betterment of the community. But the produce, the community events, all of those things make Needles better. So I'm so thankful for each one of you, and each and every one of you have come to some of our events, and we couldn't do it without your support. So thank you.
Thank you, Grace.
Are there any questions?
Thank you. Very informative presentation. You're a lot bigger than I thought you were. So it's a good learning experience. I was especially interested in the bullet point about for 2026 regarding expanding specialty care. Can you expand on that as to what's in the works now that we can get here?
Who would like to
What type of specialty care?
Maria, you want to come up and say
Yeah, would
that?
you like to come up, or Aram?
I introduce myself, but.
No.
There's about
Hello,
100 specialties we need.
Yes, our main, my concern and main goal is to bring more specialties, which we, from the beginning, we brought optometry, podiatry, behavioral health, food dentistry. Right now, we ask the federal government to allow us to bring dermatology, physical therapy, and rheumatologist. And we're working, I'm actually talking with couple specialties, cardiologists and neurologists. And you know how it is to travel all the way to Needles. So we're trying to do best as possible, at least once a month they can come or do the telehealth. Thank God for we have this opportunity doing telehealth, especially this kind of area. So we're trying to increase it one, but everything it's take time and communication with these specialties. And we're doing our best to bring one at a time, wherever it's possible. So whatever we did past 14 years, we're gonna continue doing, obviously with your support and willing move forward many years.
I have a question. The main reason that we, asked all of the medical, resources here in Needles to come before us, because a couple of the council people brought up our concern here, being a border city, about people not being able to use their, medical care across the river. And I just wanted to know what you're doing, or if you're signing up more patients through IEHP to, because we want to see you obviously grow too and offer more medical services. So I just wanted to know what you're trying to do to help us resolve that issue for our citizens.
Definitely, IHP is one of our major health
Right.
plan, not only San Bernardino County and Riverside County as well, which we also have a location in Riverside County, Hammond. And we contracted with IHP, so Maria, she's here, so she can also bring it up to all this information, so please go with Maria.
Yeah, I knew we could get them out of their seats.
Hello, my name is Maria Sudnikova. I'm Chief Operational Officer for Tri-State Community Health Care. I'm actually, when I started with the company almost 10 years ago, I live in Bullhead. And I was in charge of our old Needles clinic here, and I used to come to the meetings here too. So again, it's my pleasure to be here tonight. So we're doing our best to work with the IHP, and switch the patients to IHP. But again, me as an operational, we see a lot of barriers. So there's a lot of specialties on the Arizona side. They don't want to get contracted with the IHP due to the low reimbursement. That's what I understood. Like, for example, almost 10 years ago when I was a part of the Needles clinic here, the old office, so it was a straight medical and Medicare area. We used to send our pain management patients to Dr. Wenger across the river. And we had no issues with the pain management appointments, and he was like, the schedule was open, he was there to assist. But then with the time with the IHP, it became more complicated, I would say, and difficult. Some specialists, they just didn't want to renew their contracts. And I know they just dropped their even licensing, like for California licenses and this. But again, we're trying to do our best. We work really close with IHP because we have other clinics. We have clinics in San Bernardino County, Atlanta, and we do work really close with IHP. We have a lot of patients assigned there, but again, it's different from Needles.
Right.
And again, I was in a few meetings with the IHP to see how we can help them, to reach out to the specialists that we work in the past. And we've been doing all these referrals, maybe we can, help them to negotiate the contracts that they will continue seeing our patients, because there is a big gap. There are patients, they don't want to travel to Lake Arrowhead. They don't want to travel to the other places. So we're here. I was in meetings with the IHP, so to see how we can help, our patients not to go through this multiple hoops and get the care that they need. So, yeah, but I love Needles, so I was a part of this community. So, and we really want to help Needles. We're here to support Needles any way we can. And our CEO is amazing. So he's always here to do the events for children, for anything we can do, work closely with the school districts. So we're here to support Needles any way we can. So thank you. Thank you.
I don't have a question. I just kind of have a comment. I just want to thank you guys. So I have seen how much you've grown as one, a company carrying needles, but two, how much you've provided to our community. It's amazing. It's a lot and it's not unnoticed. So I have no questions right now. You have a lot of stuff, which is amazing for our community. But I just want to make sure you guys get the thank you that you deserve. It's not enough, but thank you. I mean, it's not enough just to say thank you, but thank you.
Thank you for giving us.
Jack?
Yeah.
Grab one of those waters for your friend here at the call.
So kind. I kept it coming up. Thank you very much.
Sorry, with the council, can we ask this, if they have any questions for us while we're here?
Sure.
Any questions? Or patience? Hey, well, thank you for letting us present and you're doing a good job. Thank you very much.
Hold on, Jeff, real quick. In the context that the residents should be reaching out to the office here downtown, or
Yeah.
they have questions.
Yeah, if it's downtown, they can contact me directly. I can get the questions to the proper folks and we can get them answered. So. That's it. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, next, we'll present, a plaque to our recent retiree, Kathy Bernal.
Okay, Kathy, all the way up.
Yeah.
Please.
So on behalf of the city of Needles, we are, wishing her much retirement enjoyment with her husband Larry. At 6 months, we'd like her report back up. She was our senior account clerk from December 6th, 2004 to December 26th, 2025. Your years of dedication are much appreciated, and we thank you for the years organizing our annual Burrito Bash, and enjoy your retirement. And she was worked with prior city manager Rick Daniels for 10 years. Thank you.
Happy.
The council get together now and take a
Yes.
photo.
And I know she'll spend a lot of her retirement days going to watching the Needles Festival.
Yes. Hi, Larry.
Jamie. Christmas party.
All right, ready?
Yeah.
1, 2. Got it.
Thank you. Thank you, Jen. Thank you so much.
See you at the games.
I'll miss you, trainer.
Rick, do you want to say something? Yeah.
Jealous.
I looked up that word in the dictionary one day. Retirement.
Thank you. Best job I ever had.
Madam Mayor, members of the council, shortly after I first came to work with the city in 2013, somebody came to me and said, we have this vacant position, we need to get it filled. There's a woman who used to have it or work for the city, and she is willing to come back to work. And I said, okay. The last line on the performance review is this person eligible for rehire? I said, as long as that's not checked no, the answer is yes. And Kathy Bernal embodies the work ethic that we all should have. Never missed a day of work. Was there on time, ready to work when the day started, worked all day long, worked hard. And this is a position that is unseen, but it is the one that's one of the most important because she pays the bills on time. She made sure that local businesses that had contracts with the city didn't get strung out, that they got paid on time. And I told her early on, you're the only thing that's keeping us from having serious financial problems, because the council approves a budget. We are not authorized to spend one penny more. So if a department head writes a purchase order for something beyond that, the answer is no. And either you say it or you bring it to me and I'll say it, because that wasn't the practice at the time. And as a result, we were counting paper clips. We had to do some layoffs. But Kathy, and her most outstanding quality was the fact that she was laughing all the time. That I could tell how the day was going and how my day would go based on the level of laughter coming out of her cubicle. So I want to thank Kathy for all of her hard work and good work that was done on behalf of the community and the citizens of this town. So thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Kathy.
Thank you, Kathy.
Madam Mayor, Tri-State would like to take a photo with the
Oh,
council.
I was gonna ask you to take a photo of them.
Yes.
Oh. Grace, you want in it? You want in it?
Yeah, I can take photos. Here. Here we go. Holy Jesus Christ.
Musical phones.
All right, you got like 5 phones. So come in tight. Yeah, you're gonna have to need them.
Yes, closer together.
I'm good. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Next. 1, 2, 3. Okay, you wanna come? You want you got it? You got those two.
Kathy,
You want one, Pat?
before you leave, I can't believe the city lets you retire at 30. What's up with that?
Yeah. I think we got it. Yeah. Go to Margaret's.
Technical specialist.
Thank you.
It's Maria.
Maria, my other.
All right.
Figure out which phone is what.
Yeah, we're just doing a thing.
So here we go.
It's on you. It's on you. Actually, we have one for you.
Somebody say
Public hearing, adopts resolution 2025-49, approving a conditional use permit for licensed retail cannabis dispensary and related tenant improvements at 1611 Needles Highway. APN 0185-062-26-0000 within the general commercial C2 zoning district. City managers report.
Yes, Madam Mayor, I'd like to call Irene Romero or Cindy Fletcher.
And Madam Mayor, I just need to make sure that for the record, we acknowledge that the email that we received was for this item.
Right.
Good evening, Madam Mayor. Excuse me, my throat's a little raspy. And council members, tonight I will be presenting the conditional use permit request submitted by Off the Charts, also known as OTC, for the establishment of a licensed retail cannabis dispensary.
Okay.
The item before you is resolution 2025-49, recommending city council approval of a conditional use permit for a licensed retail cannabis dispensary and related tentative improvements. The applicant is Off the Charts, represented by Norman Youssef. The proposed project location is at 1611 Needles Highway within the General Commercial C2 zoning district. OTC is a family-owned cannabis retail company operating multiple licenses throughout California. The applicant has emphasized staff training, community engagement, and local hiring practices. OTC has expressed interest in becoming part of Needles business community and investing in the local workforce development. Cannabis retail is conditionally permitted within the C2 zoning district. Approval of a CUP allows the city to ensure safe operations, regulatory compliance, and compatibility with surrounding land uses. The project site is a 0.28 acre parcel within an existing commercial building that has been vacant for several years. The applicant plans to renovate the building for cannabis retail, including interior and exterior improvements. Next slide. This is an area view of the project site. The proposed dispensary is located on Needles Highway within the C2 zoning district. This corridor includes a mix of commercial businesses with residential uses located to the south and several vacant commercial parcels surrounding the site. The existing building has remained unused for an extended period, and the project will activate and improve the property that is currently underutilized. The proposed improvements will enhance the visual appearance and functionality of the site and surrounding commercial area. Next slide. This photo provides a view looking west across the project site. It illustrates the current undeveloped conditions. It helps establish a baseline understanding of the site prior to any improvements. Next slide. This image shows the project site from the south-facing perspective. Again, you can see the site's existing conditions. These photos together provide a complete visual representation of the site as it exists today. Next slide. This slide shows the proposed project plan. The project site again is 0.2 acre parcel with an existing commercial building that has been vacant for several years. The applicant proposes to renovate the building for cannabis retail, including exterior and interior improvements. Overall, the site plan reflects significant improvements to modernize the building and enhance site functionality and safety. Next slide. This image shows the east and north building elevations. Exterior upgrades include new lighting, ADA accessibility, facade improvements, including modern paint colors and stucco siding, along with landscaping, a new perimeter decorative fence, a new trash enclosure, and driveway pavers and other parking lot enhancements. Next slide. This image shows the west and south building elevation. As shown, the exterior upgrades are being carried on all sides of the building. Next slide. This slide shows the proposed floor plan. The applicant proposes standard cannabis retail operations with customer check-in procedures, controlled access, secured product handling, inventory tracking that will adhere to all state and local regulations. The applicant shall prohibit on-site consumption, loitering, and visibility of the cannabis products from outside of the building. These measures ensure the operation remains orderly and consistent with city and state requirements. Next slide. Security is a key regulatory requirement and major component of this application. The applicant proposes 24-hour digital surveillance system, secured entry points on all and on-site security personnel. The system includes interior and exterior cameras alarm monitoring, and secure storage for all cannabis products. Also, the building will include odor control technologies to prevent impacts to the surrounding area. All operations must comply with state and city cannabis regulatory permit requirements. Here is a rendering of the proposed project site. Next slide. This image illustrates the updated building facade, including modern paint and new stucco siding and frontage landscaping. You can also see the enhanced site features such as upgraded lighting, pavers, and the new trash enclosure. This rendering shows interior improvements that will modernize the property to create a clean and professional appearance. These visuals help demonstrate that what the site will look like once all renovations are completed. Staff has reviewed the application and found that all required CUP findings can be made. Next slide. This project qualifies for a Class 1 categorical exemption under CEQA. This project will revitalize a vacant building, improve site aesthetics and safety, and contribute to the economic activity along the Needles Highway commercial corridor. Based on the information in the staff report and subject to the attached findings and conditions of approval, staff recommends City Council adopt Resolution 2025 approving conditional use permit for a licensed retail cannabis dispensary and related tentative improvements at 1611 Needles Highway. This concludes my presentation. I'm available for any questions. We also have a representative for the applicant here and also on the phone.
I have a question. What is the time frame that all this is gonna start? You were right in saying it has been vacant, for a number of years. I just don't want that to continue. I mean, so what is their time frame, or they have their plan to do this?
I can refer you to the applicant.
A little better answer just because of the timeline that I'm not sure.
Hi, Adam. After the city council decision, what is your time frame to submit to building and safety for building permits?
Yeah, we've been working on our TI set for quite some time now, so we could be in as soon as 7 to 10 days. And typically tenant improvements, state licensure, all the processes to become open in, we've really got it down to a science. So we think typically we could do it in around 6 months. Needles is a little bit, further from our home base. So, I think 9 months at the absolute latest, but we'll be in the building as soon as possible. And we're, highly motivated to get this store open.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Any other questions by council?
Any questions? Any comments from the neighbors since there is actually a house there?
We did not receive any correspondence from them. Correct.
So I actually have a question for Rick, Patrick, I'm sorry. Because all of this was implemented before I came into town, did Needles establish a limit as to how many
So what was interesting is that so the retailers came to the city and said, we need more dispensaries. And at that point in time, dispensaries were when I got here, they were done by a zoning code that was done previously. They actually didn't entitle dispensaries. That wasn't something that was done. We recognized the existing dispensaries that were here that were created through a zoning permit. There were 4. And as Rick could tell you, there were 6 that started, a couple shut down, and so we ended up with 4. Of those 4, they came to us, the public came to the council and said, hey, we'd like to see more dispensaries in town. And so at that point in time, the council amended the zoning or the ordinance, the cannabis ordinance, to allow more dispensaries to exist. The thought process was let the market determine what should exist within the city of Needles. So currently, there is not a cap on the amount of dispensaries that exist in the city of Needles based on the thought of the council at the time that let the market determine what's gonna be opening. You know, I guess the quote, how many liquor stores are enough, how many jobs are enough? I mean, all those, so that mindset was what the mindset was at the council at that point in time when the ordinance was created.
Okay, may I ask a follow-up question? How many dispensaries and lounges do we currently have or are in process?
I believe it's 10 that have been entitled through the city. Of that, I believe 6 of them are operational.
And that's excluding this one here.
Correct. And you know, yes, that's where
Thank you.
I have a question to piggyback on that real quick. Adam, is that his name?
Correct.
So Adam, hearing that we have 6 open dispensaries currently, does that in any way spark any concerns about keeping the business open? Any, you know, with a long-term business here in Needles?
No, I don't think so. We have experience in saturated markets, and what we offer honestly is really incomparable. You know, our focus on the consumer, our product line, being a family-owned business really carries through to how we do things, how we interact with our customers. So, you know, you think, oh, 6 stores in a small town, that's saturated. There's not much to go around. But you know, we've found that in a new market, we definitely have an edge, and you know, customer loyalty we establish early and often, and so yeah, I don't think we're afraid at all. We've done this across Riverside County. Los Angeles is one of the first markets that you know, opened when the laws changed. And you know, we have 5 stores, 6 stores actually across the greater Los Angeles area, which is heavily saturated, but you know, we've been open for upwards of 5 years in some of those jurisdictions. So, you know, once we get open, we have no intention of closing up shop and only further integrating into the community.
I'll open it to public comment. Any comment regarding this agenda item?
I believe we have someone online that was asking to speak. I don't know if he can hear us, but he did send a message asking if he could talk about it. So
3 minutes. Who is it?
Yes, hi. If you guys can hear me, this is James McGee. I'm the general manager of the Healing Center. How are you today?
Good. How are you?
I'm good. Sorry. I didn't know if you can hear me. Now, it's talking about the saturation of the market. There's definitely too many dispensaries open right now where we're all feeling the pain. What I'm worried about basically at this point is your current dispensaries are not, I mean, we're all fighting month to month to try to make it through. With the Arizona market going legal a couple of years ago, we all lost a ton of business, including the Healing Center, which is the largest in the tri-state area. And the current company that's trying to open a dispensary within there has had several complaints against them, including a class action suit for wage and hour lawsuit that was filed with Off the Charts and affiliated entities. There's been several vendor payment disputes that are documented. I mean, I just want to make sure that if we're bringing somebody in, they're going to follow all of the rules and regulations of Needles, California, and not just be another quote unquote trap house that's going to come through. And I'm not saying that's what Off the Charts is, but at the same time, you know, we're all struggling here. This is not a booming market right now with, again, Arizona going through Arizona going through their recreational period. We don't see a lot of other, you know, Bullhead customers and Lake Havasu customers and Laughlin customers come through, which was actually making the market thrive. And I think that the discussions regarding, you know, public coming in asking for more dispensaries needs to be redone And we need to look at the amount of taxes that are collected by the dispensaries versus, a year ago, 2 years ago, 5 years ago. And you're going to see it is declined a ton. And that's because sales have declined. So again, that's why we're in opposition of a new dispensary open. I respect your decision, but at the same time, we have to put our opposition in.
Thank you. Any other further public comment? If not, public comment will be closed. Adopt resolution 2025-49 approving a conditional use permit for a licensed retail cannabis dispensary related tenant improvements at 1611 Needles Highway. APN 0185-062-260004 within the general commercial C2 zoning district. Call for a motion.
Before you do, I would like to possibly, if approved, put a condition that, if this is approved, that the business to begin work on the exterior within 6 months of approval in an effort to prevent, blight and to promote public health, safety and welfare.
That's what I asked. And they said they were gonna be doing
I would like to make that as a condition upon, if approved.
For the exterior.
Yeah.
There's the same thing coming up to.
Yeah, and that's the main road.
Clarification, what's the timeline? What's the amount of time they,
To start working on the exterior within 6 months.
and then completion by,
He said 9 months it would be completed.
okay.
Yeah.
No, so do you want to set those parameters? So by
Yes.
by 9 months, there should be.
Right.
Completion on the exterior, yeah.
Yes,
Right, because of the blight and public safety.
and we have the 100th
Yes.
anniversary at 66 coming. Yeah.
But yeah, because, a lot of it because the blight and then the public health and safety, with construction in that area as well.
Yeah, so applicant, do you understand, and Adam, do you hear what they're saying? So there's a
Yeah.
condition.
Yeah, I mean, the 6 month to begin exterior improvements, absolutely. We'll, as soon as this call is over, if we get approved, we'll be into building and planning. We'll be trying to hunt down that building permit as soon as possible. I think completion within 9 months is definitely reasonable. However, I would hope that there would be the opportunity to apply for an extension, in 30 to 60 day increments, God forbid. There's a supply issue, a contractor, insurance, something related to that. I think that 9 months is without a doubt feasible and we should be able to do it. But the ability to potentially apply for an extension if we are pushing that 9 months would be beneficial. But regardless, we're really excited to get started on this, so it shouldn't be an issue.
Okay, John.
Well, I've been involved in cannabis now for 10 years here, and we've seen this before, and we have talked about it. And I just believe in capitalism. I just believe we wouldn't be up here having this discussion with the Red Dog opening back up. We don't have this discussion with any other store. So I feel it as we're allowing marijuana to just become part of our norm. I just feel like this is, if it's in the right zone, right place, the residents have not had any complaints on there, and we're notified. I mean, I feel like then it is appropriate to allow it to come in.
Yes.
Whether you, believe in it or not, it's just our job to make sure that it is legal.
Yeah. I just want to piggyback on that also. We have had these discussions before, and for the benefit of the person who did write in that they were in opposition to this, we would not, if someone came here and wanted to open another gas station, we would not tell them no. We would not tell someone no that they couldn't open a liquor store. How many liquor stores or, we would not tell, there's 28 places that sell liquor in our town. I don't drink, I don't smoke pot either, but, but that's, that's just the way it is. I mean, these are businesses, and it's the business owner wants to come in, and if they feel they can make it, and we hope you make it, we certainly do wish you the best and hope that you would make it. And I am really looking forward to those agave plants up there instead of all those weeds and cracks and ugliness on the street. So I'm excited about that part.
So that's all I had to say.
And call for the motion.
I'll move to approve.
A second.
Second.
Who seconded? We had
Larry.
some,
Larry.
okay.
Matt, with the, yeah, will you reread the,
Yes.
so reread the clarification, the amendment that you'd like to add?
I'd like to add a condition that the business to begin work on the exterior within 6 months of approval. And
Completion
by within 9 months.
Are you open to the extensions that Adam proposed? If needed.
Extensions.
We do approve extensions
They would come back to
currently.
council.
Yeah,
They would have to
yeah,
come back to council.
yeah,
They would
with
have
the
to come back.
extensions, yeah.
So we have a motion by Campbell and a second by
By
Ford.
Larry.
Okay.
Call for the vote.
Councilmember Ford,
Yes.
McCorkle,
Yes.
Campbell,
Yes.
Hoag,
Yes.
Belt.
Yes.
Thank you.
Adopt resolution 2026-1 of the City Council of the City of Needles, approving a conditional use permit amendment to the City Council Resolution 2017-114 for medical marijuana cultivation facility located at 204 Bassaboo Street, APN 0186-154-13, including modification of perimeter wall materials and relocation of parking and trash enclosure to adjacent parcels APNS 0186-15405 and 1086-15401. This item will be continued to January 27, 2026. Regular NPU item, cancel items. Approve change order 2 to the Public Works Agreement with Pyramid Building and Engineering Incorporated for the water main and manifold improvements project, resulting in an increase to the contract in the amount of $84,333.60 for a new total contract amount of $1,302,710,000.42, and authorize staff to execute said change order. City manager, I'd like you to explain, we discussed today, that contract amount.
Yeah, so this is the second change order for the water main manifold project. It's for the improvement project constructed by Pyramid. It's an $84,000 increase in their contract. This is due to the field conflicts and existing utilities along River Road that required valves to be isolated. That wasn't part of the project scope initially, and so those were added after the field construction took place, and we identified these issues that needed to be isolated. So when there was that break on River Road during July, basically we went out there and realized we couldn't turn the valves off. At that point in time, it was a necessity to add those valves to this project. In order for this change order to occur, it needs to be approved by the city engineer, the State Water Resources Board. And so these aren't things that we just shoot from the hip from. And so these are change orders that are being fully grant funded as well from the State Water Resources Board. So staff recommends approval for this project. And there'll be more change orders. There will be based on, for those that they aren't aware, I mean, we've talked about this before, but there are no as-built for any of our water lines. When our crews go out there to dig up water lines, and we have a plan that says it's right here and it's 10 feet that way. These are challenges that, me and the former city manager had to deal with. And so basically these are things that luckily, under the leadership of Rainey and her team, we will have as-built available for the future so that folks will understand where these valves are, they'll understand where these water lines are. So again, nobody likes to see a change order, but in the event where field conflicts arise and, identifying that these need to be changed for the improvement and long-term sustainability of this project, we have to move forward with these. And no local taxpayer dollars are going into it, but state taxpayer dollars are going into it.
Comments by council?
Does this change if the bid would have been different than in the beginning? Because does that mean you give an underbid and then you come back for a change order to make the price higher during it?
So theoretically, it would be, the bid does go higher, but it would go higher for all those that bid because it wouldn't be on the plans. And so technically what you want to do is you want to send an engineer out there, have the engineer do their best engineering plan of the project. And at that point in time, we put those out to bid. And so when somebody provides a bid, they provide a bid for that plan set. And when that plan set is incorrect or doesn't have these valves that are part of this approval tonight, all those that bid basically the bid would initially increase after the fact, but it'd be across the board. Everybody would be bidding for it. If somebody came to us with a bid that didn't have, basically understood that they needed the valves and put it on their bid, then we would take that into account. We would look at it based on the local knowledge that's taking place. Why'd you add these 4 extra valves? But again, they're gonna bid the project based on the plan set that's being out to bid, not on, so when they got that plan set and it goes on our system and it goes out, they're gonna give us a price for what's on that piece of paper, on that plan set.
So we added these in.
This is after the fact, after we went out there, we needed to, after field observation and firsthand seeing it or something, well, myself as well as Rainy Torrance, we're out there. Our crews are working diligently to turn off the valves. And what happens is when a valve breaks, it spins loosely. And so when it spins loosely, you can't shut it off. And so what you have to do is you have to go farther down the system. And so at that point in time, with the state of California assisting us with this project, it was imperative that we put these into the project or the residents of the community would be paying for this change order. So because we're making part of this project, the state approved project for the water main, which makes sense, the residents of this community are not paying for this project directly.
Do you have any public comment regarding this agenda item? If not, public comment will be closed. We'll call for the motion, adopt resolution 2020. Approve change order number 2 to the Public Works Agreement with Pyramid Building and Engineering for the water main and manifold improvements.
I'll make a motion.
Thank you. Second. First by Larry, second by Ellen, and call for the vote.
Councilmember Ford,
Yes.
McCorkle,
Yes.
Campbell,
Yes.
Mayor Jernigan,
Yes.
Hoag,
Yes.
Belt.
Yes.
Thank you.
Public art murals to be painted on electric utility boxes. This is a discussion item only. City manager.
We are seeking direction from the council regarding art murals on electric utility boxes. This is something that multiple councilors have brought forward to us. Council has previously discussed this concept. Staff believes the timing is strong because of the 2026 centennial. And because of that, we believe Broadway would be the most visible for high traffic route 66 corridor. So people could utilize that. So the pilot project that we're talking about would allow us to city to evaluate the durability, maintenance requirements and public response and overall effectiveness of expanding and painting the utility boxes. So there are 2 ways to implement this program. The first way would be for the city to purchase the materials and then have volunteers come over. So it's a volunteer-based model. We would identify the boxes, we would identify what could be painted on there, and then the volunteer groups would complete the work. And then the second option is to have the work commissioned. So the city would define the scope and standards. Artist organization would submit concepts and city would select providers who would work to complete the contracted work. Other cities have used this approach recently. Bullhead utilized the River Valley Arts Guild to complete the artwork of 23 boxes. There was a $25,000 donation that they had made for the River Valley Arts Guild to commission the project. So there are 8 utility boxes along Broadway, and that's what we're talking about. The city did receive an unsolicited proposal for $7,900 to be funded out of the electric department and O&M budget if the city decides to move forward with this. And so what staff needs is we're bringing this concept forward because it's reflecting community pride. And again, we thank Zach and his team for putting together that proposal. So what I need from you is direction. So one of two ways. One is have the volunteers do it, the city buys the materials, which would take longer, it'd be a longer process. Or two, we have somebody commission the work. So that's the choice that we need to move forward on, so that we can have a discussion with that. And then also on the table and in your packet, there is a proposal for you for the electrical boxes to be completed, in the city with concepts and ideas. By the gentlemen that are on the phone, Kyle and Gabriel, I believe they're on the line as well. They can talk about the proposal. But what I need from you is guidance on how you want to proceed forward. We did receive, I was contacted by the River Valley Arts Guild. They were interested in participating as well, but again, it's up to the council. It's within our special, it's within our budget currently to proceed forward, what you have in front of you tonight. But again, I just need to know how you all want to move forward.
Comments by council?
I just have a question. Is the people that are online, are those the same ones that painted the skate park?
Yes.
I don't want to
And
take
they
their
just-
thunder away, but yes.
Okay.
And they just did the new Route 60, the red dot.
Yeah, I saw that video of it.
And they're regularly in my manager's reports.
Okay. I was making sure where we were at with, if we knew their work and we don't. Okay.
Right, so I need to know whether you want to volunteer it or you want to move forward with it commissioned, and then I need to know whether you want it to move forward with this proposal or go out to RFP for this. So I just need to know from council.
I think we should commission people to do it and get it done. Because if we start doing volunteer work, it's a lot of take forever.
Yeah, I agree.
My thoughts on this is that, for this project, because we are talking about these boxes, very visible, Route 66, we have the centennial coming up, that we definitely want to have these professionally done. I'm not opposed to the Art Guild, but there's a timing factor. If we put it out there for bid, then it's going to delay this process a very long time. And we have other boxes later on. So we are familiar with their work. They do gorgeous work. They have done work for us before. And I would like to see us go forward with this project with this company. And then the next step would be the other ones up in the neighborhoods, which we can purchase the paint and have volunteers do it. Artists, not just anybody. I'm an artist, but I won't do a box. I'm not that good. Zach's good, but there are plenty of artists in our tri-state area. We have art guilds here in Topak. There are beautiful artists that probably would love to do things like that. But for this one right now, I would like to see us just go forward with this project and get this banged out so that we have beautiful things going on for our centennial coming up and, for the Route 66 festivities. Thank you.
John, I disagree. I know they did a great job, 100%. But if you have something that needs to go to bid, it needs to go to bid legally wise. I don't feel that we should, that's the same thing as saying I believe we should go to certain people for all things, but I feel the bid is how we do it. So whoever comes in at the least amount, and we don't jeopardize ourselves for any type of illegal anything. I feel it needs to be done legally wise, go out to bid. You can tell me if that's wrong or right on it.
Do you want to talk about our purchasing policy or do you want me to handle it?
You can talk about the purchasing policy and I'll pull it up while you're talking about it.
Yeah, so briefly, right now, currently, this is within my spending authorization to be able to move forward with this, based on the new ordinance that was approved by council. So technically, this wouldn't require an official sealed bid. The reason why this is coming to you all, because I need this is a high visible corridor of the city of Needles, and this is something that multiple counselors have talked about before. And I just want to make sure that, yes, I hear you loud and clear. I'm taking direction from the council. And so that's why I'm trying to get guidance. Anytime where something comes up that it's kind of on the fence or high visibility, I am going to bring it forward to you all.
And
Do you want to
if
elaborate
we
on
had
that?
to deal with, say, all of the electrical boxes, that would be another thing, but there's so few. How many are involved? 8?
8.
And one of them is Caltrans, who had to be submitted for approval anyway.
I I'm gonna just stand on that. We have a policy and you stick with it. I mean, I like rules. It's, and that's a personal opinion.
But did you say that this was within our policy?
Yes, ma'am. So this is this isn't based on our current purchasing policy. This is not something that is required to go out to bid.
So we're not breaking any rules by doing that.
Okay. Living in propriety. I like to stay on.
They're all, George and Kyle are also on the line. If you have any questions, Councilmember Long Acre is also here. If you'd like to, if you have any questions regarding the proposal that is in this packet, now would be a good time to ask them any questions you might have.
Well, I mean, their work is beautiful. They do great work. I hope they get it. That isn't the issue at all for me. Issue is just. Again, that's council's beat. That's why there's 8 of us, right? There's 7 of us.
7, 6 plus a time.
So I have a question here.
Sure.
This would be for, hey, Gabriel, sorry, I didn't remember the.
Gabriel.
Kyle. The examples you have in here, is that, are any of these kind of, if this was approved to go out to you, are these some of the ideas for boxes that you're already thinking that you want to do?
I'm sorry, Gabriel, we can't hear you.
This is their previous one.
And then the Caltrans box is on here.
They're not muted.
Tell them to unmute.
They did. They're not, he's not muted.
Can't hear him.
It is. No, but it is their artist.
Oh,
This is their,
like what they're actually wanting to do. on a couple boxes.
Especially the Caltrans box. That's the one that had to be submitted.
Yeah.
Caltrans has to approve it.
He's not muted. I don't know if they have a microphone issue on their end, but.
He's calling in on another phone. He's got a phone up to his ear. We see you.
There, he's on with Zach.
Zach can put his phone up to the microphone, maybe. Yeah, yes, we do.
Come on, Zach.
Come on, Zach. Zach is on the frog, gentlemen.
Wouldn't be your first.
Come on, Zach, get up here.
Zach Longacre, 1519 Front Street. I have Kyle and Gabe on the phone, so sorry for the. Can you all hear?
No. Okay, we can hear you.
Sorry about that, guys. Yeah, these are all renderings we definitely wanted to do. They're just the initial renderings, but we really think it captures the environment and the Route 66. As much as we could. So, but we're definitely open to other ideas, but this is the start.
We're very.
No, I was just making sure that at least a couple of these were going to make it on a box if we approve this one.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to make sure that these weren't just you showing us what you can do, but actual possible renderings of.
They have one that's river oriented for the box down by the river. They have Route 66 boxes. They have a Caltrans box. And more or less the rest are just kind of desert themed.
Yeah.
Love the Caltrans box. I love that.
That was fun.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That's it.
Oh, yeah.
All right, that's that.
Unless they want to say something. Do they want to say anything?
This was a very fun job, and we'd love to bring our work and beautify your guys' city.
Okay, well, thank you.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Can we call for a motion or is this discussion?
Yeah, I mean, if we could, I've got the direction. I understand how you all want to move forward with this. And so I don't think it's within our spending authorization, so we can move forward, but with getting this, meeting with them, getting the work commissioned. So maybe, yes, why don't you give me, the ability to work with these folks and enter into a contract so that we can move this forward?
Okay.
So that's all you need, it's just that we would like that.
Authorization.
Do a motion.
Well, since we know what it is, why don't we go ahead and put that in a motion?
Yeah.
Yeah, it makes it cleaner that way,
Just
right?
authorization to proceed with this group to move forward with the.
I will move to proceed with working with this company to get this done. I'll second.
Okay.
Call for the vote.
Councilmember Ford,
Yes.
McCorkle,
Yes.
Campbell,
Yes.
Mayor Jernigan,
Yes.
Hoag,
Yes.
Belt.
No.
Thank you.
Council consent calendar. All matters listed on the consent calendar are considered to be routine and will be enacted by one motion in the form listed. The mayor or any member of the city council may pull an item from the consent calendar for discussion. Prior to council action, a member of the public may address the city council on matters scheduled on the consent calendar. 3-minute time limit per person applies. Recommended actions: approve items 7 through 8 on the consent calendar by affirmative roll call vote.
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
Call for the vote.
Councilmember Ford,
Yes.
McCorkle,
Yes.
Campbell,
Yes.
Hoag,
Yes.
Belt.
Yes.
Thank you.
This is the end of the council consent calendar. Regular council items: appoint a council member to the budget committee replacing former council member Longacre. This is an act item. City manager.
Yes, Madam Mayor, members of the council, I need to, due to the vacancy by former member Zachary Longacre, we need to fill that position on the budget committee. The budget committee will work with the finance team to review the budget for the big budget and be able to provide guidance so that we can proceed to bringing it to a council budget for approval. And so it would be currently Mayor Jernigan and Councilmember Belt are currently on that committee to be able to put the budget together and work with our new finance director, Mark DeMay, who's out there. So Councilmember Longbreak did share with me he was interested, but he cannot be with us today.
I'd like to make a motion to appoint Ellen Campbell to the committee.
I'll second that.
Call for the vote.
You okay with that? Yeah. I am.
Okay. Councilmember Ford,
Yes.
McCorkle,
Yes.
Campbell,
Yes.
Hoag,
Yes.
Belt.
Yes.
Thank you.
And that's the signature.
Visitor Center operating hours. This item has been moved to the first council meeting in February. Adopt resolution 2026-2 approving the off-highway motor vehicle OHMV designated routes signage plan, authorizing implementation, including signage, public education, and coordination with law enforcement. This is an act item. City manager.
I wish this could have been resolution 1, but Irene took that one. It's okay though. This is very exciting to kick the new year off with the off-highway motor vehicle signage implementation plan. I mean, we're starting the year with a bang here. So after you approve the off-highway motor vehicle master plan in October, you'd ask staff, you give us direction to move forward with getting the signage implementation of this project. And so we're very excited to be able to move this forward. We did work with the local sheriff's department, CHP, to review this signage plan. Again, this is state law. The reason why you're not adopting an ordinance is because this isn't city code. This is actually a state law that's being followed. So we have no we have no authority over state law. I mean, yes, sheriff's department can regulate it, but we cannot amend it through our code. We can make it stricter, but we can't change the state law. So that being said, we want to move forward with the implementation. We do have Fred Minigar on the line who will run through this briefly with you, but we're just so excited to be able to move this project forward and kick this year off with the bang. So Fred, will you just briefly talk about signage requirements, what you went through, how you got there, and let's move this forward.
Good evening, Madam Mayor and honorable council members. It's a pleasure to be here with you to go over very briefly on what we have accomplished so far. Before you see about 9 sheets of engineering plans depicting the exact locations of the proposed signage for the off-highway motor vehicle pilot program of the City of Needles. We selected those routes based upon public safety, the existing capacity, geometry, and traffic classification. And also, we consider the existing posted speed limits on all the proposed routes to ensure that we are not going to be designating any route that has more than the 35 miles per hour speed limit that is required by the state of California for similar routes. So in short, you have 5 off-highway motor vehicle routes that have been designated for your approval. There are 2 staging areas proposed that one of them happened to be at Park Drive and River Road. And the second one is Clary Drive and Lily Hill Drive. We also have on the plans, we are showing there are 5 connecting or interfacing points with the existing BLM trails. So we have also prepared a complete list of the proposed signs that we need to install upon your approval of this resolution. In a nutshell, 13 single signs, 69 double tandem signs, 1 double tandem on existing pole, 31 triple tandem signs, and 1 quad tandem signs. We looked at all the proposed signs that you see before you, and about 2 days ago or so, I resubmitted the revised plans to the city by economizing, by reducing the number of signs as long as we are in compliance and conformance of California Manual of Uniform Traffic Control Devices, because everything has to be legal and everything has to be enforceable by CHP and the local sheriff police department. With that, I'll be more than happy to answer any questions you may have.
I have one question. I kind of brought it up a little bit earlier, in a conversation with Patrick on this. I have a little bit of a concern right on the corner of Lily Hill and Parkway for what this could possibly do right there with, residents, or just the increasing of speed with, the anticipation of getting to the dirt road part of it. Is there anything that we can do to possibly deter that from happening in these signs for safety reasons?
A couple of things. Number one, if you may recall, back in 2022, our company conducted a very comprehensive engineering and traffic survey for all the roadways that have been on the formal map to gauge the existing posted speed limit signs that you currently see on all the routes within the city. Now, based on the 2022 Engineering and Traffic Survey, which is the legal document for every city in California, the posted speed limit on Lily Hill, all segments of Lily Hill, happens to be 30 miles per hour. Now, you as a city, you as a municipal corporation in the state of California cannot reduce the existing posted speed limit sign on Lily Hill that happens to be 30 unless the time frame for that engineering and traffic survey would expire, which is typically 5 to 7 years from the date that we completed the survey. Then, based on the new survey, if the 85th percentile of the motoring public would have a speed of above or below that, then you as a city, you as a municipal corporation in California has the discretion of changing it. Of course, the city council can change any existing posted speed limit signs, but it's illegal. The judge that is presiding over the court that would review the citations by any police officers or CHP would not accept that, because the judge is going to look at our report, somebody like me as a registered NJ in California, to see that what was our recommendation. Now, since on Lily Hill, our recommendation in 2022 was 30 miles per hour, therefore, I'm not recommending for any changes, i.e. to reduce that existing posted speed limit of 30 to something else. So that was the legal and that was the technical aspect of that. Now, number two, of course, the city can look into other measures, for example, to potentially install, deploy speed humps, speed bumps, speed tables. But that would be, that has to go through the legal process, meaning that the majority of the residents living in that area have to be in favor of installing speed hump or speed bump. And also, speed hump cannot be used as a measure to reduce the existing posted speed limits.
Patrick?
Yeah, I'd like to address that. I live on the corner of Lily Hill and Parkway, and I've been there for 50 years, and there's a problem there. There's no problem with a 30 mile an hour on Lily Hill. There's no posted sign limits on Parkway. And we're going to have a head-on collision there at Parkway and Lily Hill. People coming out of the desert, coming out of there full speed, and people are running the stop sign westbound on Lily Hill without even looking left. And we're going to have an accident there. I think there should be a speed limit like 20 or miles an hour on from like El Monte to the Cement Circle, which is out there about 3/4 of a mile, because there are blind curves and hills there, and you're going to end up with a head-on collision there. Because these people, they want to go full bore when they hit the dirt. And somebody's going to get hurt. But we need to set a 20 mile an hour speed limit, I think, from El Monte to the Cement Circle, which is out there about 3/4 of a mile. And after that, they can go as fast as they want to go.
Mr. Council Member, your points are well taken. The reason that you don't see any posted speed limit for that segment of Parkway, let me see, Parkway Street, because in the past, it was never on the official speed limit master plan of the city. That's why you don't see any posted speed limits there. However, the city can have just one survey for that segment, and based on my gut feeling is that based on that location that happens to be half residential, that you may find the survey to use prima facie of 25 miles per hour for that segment. So that's number one. Yes.
Yeah, I wouldn't want speed bumps or stop signs because it just creates more problems.
So then,
I'm sorry, you said you're not in agreement with the installation of speed bump, correct?
No, I do not.
Yes, I agree with you. We've done tons of segments all over the state of California, and honestly, it's a hassle because people come back and request to remove it, and it's a waste of taxpayers' money to install them and then to remove it. People that live within the vicinity of the location of the speed hump or speed bump, because of the noise at 2 a.m, because of the pickup trucks, because of those, they don't like it. And fire department and police department are not in agreement with the installation of the speed humps because it prevents their speeds to respond to emergency cases. So it's not popular, but you go to some communities, they have them. I don't, honestly, I'm not in favor of that. But so the city can proceed with that segment of the roadway based on, strictly prima facie, happen to be residential area of 25 miles per hour to be posted for that segment. Now, with regard to, you said that one side has stop sign, the other side does not have stop sign, correct?
Correct. Lily Hill has stop sign, Parkway does.
Okay, so that one, again, it has to go through the legal process according to California Manual of MUTCD, the same as the federal. It has to be warranted for the installation of a stop sign on your side of the street, i.e. on Parkway Street. So that an engineering study has to be done. The city on its own cannot erect a sign of just stop sign just because of putting a sign to stop traffic or to reduce the speed. So it has to go through the engineering process. It may or may not be warranted for your side of the street. But with regard to the speed limit, as I said, because of the prima facie factor, the city has the discretion for a a reduced or 25 miles per hour speed limit sign to be there because there was no traffic survey being conducted there.
Well, I wasn't in favor of stop sign at all. Because it would just create a more problem, people stopping and going. And the
Yes.
noise, be a noise pollution thing there all night long.
Yes, yes,
I
I agree.
have a question for you. In your, science or however, you came up with the routes, what, so is the Lily Hill route, is it one of like the number one route? Or what did you predict to be your highest traffic route gonna be? I mean, I live off at El Monte and I don't want the speed bumps. I don't want the mileage changed to 20 miles an hour. I don't.
Right, hold on. So council, tonight, what we're talking about is signage. And so the sign, we're going a bit, I understand where you're at and your minds are at. And I appreciate the feedback. I will look into these things. I think that's important to understand that I will take these considerations into account and then move forward how I can, where I legally can, and then go through that process. But what we're talking about today, right now, is just a resolution that adopts the signage for the off-highway motor plan, not speed limits or anything like that, because that's not what's on the agenda. And so, but I will take that into account and I will look into it and we can bring it back at a later date to be able to have that discussion. Because again, these are important things. I understand where you're coming from regarding signage and segments and all these different things. And luckily, Fred actually helped us do the traffic study before. So Fred's been with the city for a period of time. So he's well versed in needles. So with that being said, thank you for your feedback, and we will put in traffic control devices where we can to be able to mitigate those things. I do want to add that this is called a pilot program. And what that means is within a period of time, most likely 6 months, we're going to revisit this. And if we have to make some amendments or changes to the master plan, not the signage, because what comes first is the master plan of where the routes go. And that was approved in October. And so at that point in time, we will revisit, if there's an accident, if there's a fatality, obviously that will help us get us there quicker in the event where we have to identify and find the route. But we did have the traffic engineer look at those routes, identify they were safe, they did meet the state law, and then we were able to proceed forward. But we will come back and revisit this within 6 months. Because again, this is a pilot. Nobody in Needles legally has driven around in an off-highway motor vehicle, and this is going to be different. So it's technically speaking, I mean, I haven't even driven the route in an off-highway motor vehicle yet. And so these are things that will come later that we will address by amending the plan and providing alternative routes when it becomes feasible. And so we will work with the sheriff's department to ensure their safety. They are the enforcement of this code because it is state law. And so we will work collaboratively with the sheriff's department, which we already have. There have been, within the last 2 weeks, I think there's been 2 parties that have come into town that have been pulled over and cited because this isn't in effect yet. And so, but our goal is to move this forward and get this into effect so folks can safely utilize our roadways within the way the state law has determined it, and we want to proceed forward.
I'll be happy to take you on this route in my brand new OHV.
But I feel also we wanted this to be successful. So
I
I
don't
don't want this to be, we're ticketing people, nobody's gonna wanna come if the rules are, I'm not a rule follower, but And we want to come if you have the rules out.
Well, and I don't want Lily Hill on Main Street up there for the residents that live there to change 20 miles an hour.
Well, we're not talking about the right up now. We're talking about the map plan. We just vote on signs, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we just vote on signs.
And you know, will you identify why there's no conflict for one individual council member on this board? Because it impacts the entire city. We talk about that briefly.
Yes, so with respect to Government Code 1090, if the matter affects everyone generally, there's an exception that allows you to participate in voting on this issue.
I just want to make sure that was clear because if this record is ever tried to use against us in any court of law, I just wanted to make sure it was clear that there is no conflict here because it impacts all of us.
So we're just talking about signs tonight.
Yeah.
That's it. And Sean.
Sean,
Science or science?
Signs
Both.
from God.
Good evening, Madam Mayor, Council. This is something that's been on our books for about 6 years and we need to get it done. No holdbacks. I talk to people in Arizona every day and they chomping at the bit to come over here to Needles. And no offense to you, Larry, but I go back 30 years and we would fly by your house in my pickup truck, counting longer, 40 mile an hour. So I mean, it's an ongoing issue, not just with side by side. It's a vehicle issue there, and just people not adhering to the law. Back when I was
Well, yes,
not adhering to the law. So,
Rebel.
yeah, many times. So,
Probably remembers you doing that.
he talked to my dad a few times, I think. So, so no, we need to pass this. The signage is important. Let's just move it forward. We're right now getting in the heart of off highway season. So when our visitors are here, they all have them now. So let's go ahead and get this done. Thank you.
One last thing, this does not implement the program. By this approval tonight, it does not implement the program. I'm gonna make sure that we all understand that. I will work with the sheriff's department. We will have a ribbon cutting. We will kick it off with a community workshop. We will do this right so we don't lose it. And so I just want to make sure for the record. Thank you.
And for the record, do you have any kind of time frame when we would be implementing this once we do this part?
yes.
Madam Mayor and members of the council, so we've actually already been working on the quotes to be able to move this forward. So we are, if it doesn't require us to go out to bid, we will follow our bid policy. And so currently our team, Rainey and company, are working on getting quotes together so we can be able to move this forward and get this implemented as quick as we can. Because this is the final step. Well, that and the community workshop that I promised the captain.
Right.
We're gonna have a community workshop, Kevin, I promise.
Okay.
And so then we'll get everybody on board, make sure everybody understands the rules, and we'll have ribbon cutting and we'll have a great time.
Okay, motion for adopt resolution 2026-2, approving the off-highway OHMP designated route signage plan.
I move to approve.
All
Second.
second.
We're all
Call for the
seconding.
vote.
Councilmember Ford.
Yeah.
All moved.
McCorkle.
Yes.
Campbell.
Yes.
Hoag.
Yes.
Belt.
Thank you. City attorney report.
Thank you. Yes, my office has been working on labor and employment matters, code enforcement, cannabis regulatory issues, litigation, enforcing contractual obligations, Public Records Act requests, Brown Act issues, including compliance with Senate Bill 707, drafting ordinances and policies, drafting and reviewing contracts and amendments.
City clerk.
Yes, since our last meeting, the code is up to date. I sent all of you an email, so everything is up to date in there. I'm working on putting in some links to the ordinances and just kind of cleaning it up, but everything is in there. I wanted to get it a little bit more cleaned up, but since our last meeting, the primary focus has been public records requests. We've had 18 requests since our last meeting, 13 of which are from one resident, and they're quite extensive. So I've been working very closely with Lena. I've been keeping her very busy going over these requests and addressing them. And the community events calendar is up to date. And if you have any other events that you want me to put on there, please email me. I'm pulling stuff from Patrick's report, but if there's anything else, I'd like to get it on there as quickly as possible so we're all up to date. Thank you.
City manager report for the weeks of December 26th and January 2nd.
It's been a minute since we've gotten together, folks, and so we've got a lot of stuff to rejoice about and talk about, so it's really exciting that I'll keep it brief. So, Needles Christmas, movie in the park, and I'm trying to Santa Fe Park, basically, thank you to the Chamber of Commerce and Billet Health and the Visitor Center for partnering to put on a movie in the park. It was a great event. It was well attended. The Grinch and then Home Alone were both put on. Over 100 cups of hot chocolate were sold. And so again, they're going to be doing these regularly. And it's like every other municipality that you see these movies in the park occurring. It was really proud moment for myself and my kids, who apparently were running amok the whole night. But it's like they were having a good time. Let's go. Next slide. All right, the Red Dog, we talked about it briefly. Jake.
I didn't do that.
All right, go back.
You want me to back, you want me to back it up?
Yeah, would you please?
Don't touch it.
There you go. Yeah, I'm gonna touch it. All right, Jay and Andy are investing in our community, so thank them for coming out. They, we recognize Ty Kavanaugh's contribution to our community, but this is the work that Kyle and Gabriel actually did. So it looks really nice. But we thank them for their investment in our town. We'll be celebrating a ribbon cutting soon enough. They've got some holdups with ABC, not the City of Needles, it's not us. So we'll get them up and running as soon as we can. Next slide. So Needles kicking off its Route 66 celebration centennial. And so with that, we took out an ad in the regional paper, Mahoney Daily News. So we've got one of these for each of you. It's got our QR code. It's directing folks to the visitor center to keep people excited about our visitor center. We want to bring them into our community and celebrate. And this is one way for our committee consisting of Mayor Jernigan, Vice Mayor Campbell, and then Councilmember McCool. Thank them for their leadership as we kick off this event. Next slide. Route 66 Art Guild is coming together as well in March 26th to the 29th. They're going to be putting on an event here, working with the mayor and team to have a River Valley Arts Guild arts festival, art in the park. Next slide. We were featured. If some of you have heard about the Rose Bowl, it's kind of a thing. And so basically, the Rose Bowl, the Tournament of Roses put on a video for the Road to the Rose Parade. And so we play that video.
Years ago, the U.S. government decided to pay all of these meandering trails that were leading development and paved one continuous line from the east to the west. Route 66 is part of America's national identity because from the Depression era to the 70s, it's how people traveled to California, to the West Coast, to the Pacific Ocean. As soon as people started having cars, Route 66 started coming west.
People saw California as this golden land of opportunity. I mean, of course, it was called the Golden State, had the Golden Rush, but there was really so much more. There was agricultural opportunities, the railroad, all these other things.
California epitomized the ultimate majority for those looking for a better life. The way out of the dust bowl and into a better life. It's like the grapes of wrath. People would say that as they crossed over through Barstow, they could smell the orchard in Fresno, and they could smell the roses in Pasadena. That whole image, I think it manifests what the people in those days, reading their diaries, what they were looking for and what they were dreaming about.
Well, I started Route 66 when I was 1 year old. I come out here, my dad was in Korea, fighting the war. I can remember when Route 66 wasn't even paved all the way, some of it, and during the second.
It's small town America, it's business owners just trying to make it. We are actually the oldest building in the Victor Valley. We have been here since 1947. So the community kind of built themselves around us. It shows a part of real town America that people, they want to envision what, life is like here. We have people every day from France or Germany, Belgium, we're in Spain for some reason. I don't know.
There's a volcano out here, and every time I went by when I was a little kid, I wanted to go climb that. I never did get a chance to, so flying over it, it's kind of fun.
Our generation to run it is a real honor because you don't see that much anymore, and hopefully I'll be able to pass it down to another generation if I can run it as good as they did, The people become family, makes it hard to leave. And it's just a different kind of beauty here.
The night sky out here is amazing.
You just look at the stars, you see a little different, Milky Way, it's awesome, it's really pretty out here. Sunsets in the desert are beautiful, I'll tell my friends, like, hey, I'm going to chase the sunset right now, and I'll go get a power line load, and I'll just go sit out there for hours watching the sunset, and then I'll sit and I'll watch the stars, because the night sky is just totally different, it's like, it literally turns purple. It is crazy that Route 66 has only been here for 100 years, but it feels like it's been here for longer.
The identity of, Pasadena, the road parade, and Route 66, the whole entire route, Colorado Boulevard is Route 66. It's just amazing to me, how much community is still built on Route 66 in Pasadena.
I'm glad to be here for the 100th anniversary of Route 66, and here's to another 100 years.
Here's to another 100 years, guys.
Here's to another 100 years, give you kicks on Route 66.
That's really cool. I mean, that was featured at the featured at the Rose Bowl game. So that's really exciting. So the city of Needles, everybody got to hear about us once again. So it's just really neat. So thank you to the mayor and vendors for putting that together and supporting our broader tourism strategy of leading us into the centennial year. Bob Bell Beach Park, we had a sign unveiling. So thank you all for that. Came out to that. Manny Morris Park also had it. Next slide. Also had a sign. So we had the Belt family and we had the Manny Morris family come out and celebrate the unveiling, which is a beautiful event. And thank you, Counselor, for getting your whole family out here to be able to celebrate that event. I thought it's like herding cats, I know, but it's really exciting that you were able to bring everybody out. Next slide. We did have an electric building. It's the newest building for the city of Needles. We're really excited about that. We're able to really celebrate the growth of our community. Our electric yard building featured on California. $500,000 investment replaced the temporary storage. So now we can ensure to the residents and our ratepayers that the materials are going to be protected and our materials are going to be long lasting. We're not just wasting their tax dollars. Next slide. St. Vincent de Paul had an open house last night for their pantry dedication. It was a great celebration. And again, they do a lot for the residents of our community that need the help. And thank you, Terry from Legacy, who was able to provide funding for the building of that building and then continue to help support the city of Needles. Next slide. The water main manifold project, you just approved the increase, but the 1.3 million, that's what $1.3 million looks like. And so basically it's a water main extension that's going to help system reliability for our community. Next slide. This is the well number 11 infrastructure. We're excited about that. Again, our utilities crew continues to kick butt, and so it's an upgrade that supports for uninterrupted water service and remains a key milestone to the $8.9 million project. This is huge for our community. So if a well goes down, we've got another motor to put in, right? And so if the motor goes down, we've got other motors to be interchangeable. That's not something that a council has been able to say before. And so this is really good stuff. That thank you to the state of California. And thank you for being able to work together and Randy's leadership to be able to move our utility forward. Next slide. We are crack sealing throughout the city of Needles, our public work crew. So thank you to the leadership of this council and former council members for the guidance of moving us forward. We were only doing potholes before, but now we're doing crack seal and potholes. We have programmed this. It's top of the line equipment that our crew has, and so they make it look really easy. But they're thankful for the equipment that you provided them because it makes the job easy. So thank you all for that guidance there. Next slide. And again, we're doing pothole repairs and pavement wherever being proactive. This is under the K Street Bridge. Our crews are, again, when you start chipping away at some of these, it creates bigger and bigger and bigger areas. But again, we're trying to improve the experience for our crews, and thank you to the Public Works for working diligently. Next slide. We painted some fire hydrants throughout town. So if you're up in the vistas, you're up next to the school district, we went ahead and painted some fire hydrants. And again, we're fixing potholes wherever we can. Next slide. Flood control, thank you, flood control, for helping with coordinating graffiti cleanup and abatement in multiple areas throughout town. Next slide. Duke Watkins lighting, if you haven't gone by Duke Watkins, go check it out. There's a brand new light there. Thank you to the utilities team for putting that up and within a timely manner. Again, it provides safety, deters graffiti and vandalism within our building, so it provides it's safety for the people that are within the park, but also it helps provide deterrence for people vandalizing our bathrooms. Next slide. The website features are going to feature the rail cam. For those of you that haven't been on our website recently, there's a rail cam that all the rail the train comes in. You can look it through a donated camera. It's really exciting. It's high visibility. You've actually got thousands of people that tune into Needles on a monthly basis just to look at our trains. That's really neat. And then the Route 66 Centennial is also on our website. So people that are interested want to come to Needles and celebrate that, we've got that on the website. Next slide. For those of you that want to spend some time with our legislators team on Thursday, January 15th from 12 to 3 down at the El Garces, Gonzalez's team will be out here. So this is an important time to let residents know if they've got, social security issues, they got state level type issues that they can help at the federal level. They're here for us. And this is the first kickoff of the year to come to Needles. Next slide. Needles Home Run Derby. If you haven't signed up yet, get yourself out there and hit some home runs, raise some money for the Little League. Next slide. There's a fundraiser at the Eagles coming up for the Needles Area 22599. It's a youth fundraiser for the Needles Rec program. So this Friday, if you want to stop by the Eagles and purchase a meal, they're doing raffles as well. Come on down and raise some money for the rec center. Next slide. Again, we're kicking off another year of championship baseball and softball, starting at the rec level. I was informed that my child can actually be in T-ball, so that's exciting. So if you got a 4-year-old that wants to go play some T-ball, go ahead and sign them up. I'm really excited about that. This is where it starts. This is where all the championships start, is in our rec program. Next slide. Community cleanup this Saturday. So if you'd like to come out and help us out, we are going to clean up the Duke Walk-ins and the Flans Flower area softball fields. We want to get it ready for all the sports tourism that's kicking off this spring. Next slide. Farmers Market continues to thrive. We're really excited about that. This weekend, there was a bunch of people out there. So thank you all that are supporting our Farmers Market. It's going to come to an end pretty soon. And so again, we want to entice them to come back next year. And thank you for, that concludes my manager's report.
Thank you. Thank you.
Councilmember Ford.
Yeah, I got a little story. Years ago, my 85-year-old father was in my front yard digging a hole when I was driving by. And I couldn't figure out what he's doing. He's digging a big hole next to my ocotillo cactus. I went up and I said, "Dad, what are you doing? Why are you digging up the cactus?" He said, "I'm not digging up the cactus. I'm burying Bobo." And I said, "Bobo?" He said, "Yeah, Bobo passed away. Oh, it was a little poodle dog and he's buried in my front yard." I said, "Dad, isn't there someplace else you put it?" "No, I want it someplace safe." Well, anyway, a few years ago, I got appointed to the cemetery commission, and I brought up that we should have a pet cemetery in Needles. We have the property for it. We have the acreage for it. It'd be separate from the regular cemetery. And I just think it'd be interesting and it'd be beneficial for the city if we had a cemetery for the animals, for people, so they didn't have to bury them in their front yards and out there in the desert. The nearest cemetery is Kingman. That's all I have on that. And you're talking about the centennial for Route 66. Years ago, friends of the Needles Theater wanted to refurbish the marquee down at the theater. Well, Linda Fitzpatrick and Linda Fields asked me if I would be willing to help them because they needed a male's input on it. Well, I didn't realize that I ended up being the grunt. So we refurbished it, and I talked to Armin this morning, and I'm going to put up the Route 66 100 years, and plus the United States of America 250 years. I'm going to do that on the marquee next week.
Schedule.
Yeah, I'm gonna get over it. And one other thing, I think the mayor should be getting a step at more than $1 a month. She works 7 days a week. She's always at ribbon cuttings, every dinner. And I know that she would say, "No, I don't need it." But I think in the future, we should pay something. The mayor in Bullhead City gets $16,000 a year or more. And I'm sure that we can pay out something to help the mayor with the gas and her time. I see her down there doing Zoom calls and meeting with the city manager and staff on a daily basis. So I don't know what we could pay her. If, you know, $100 a month or something.
Good. Thank you. I appreciate that.
That's all I have.
Thank you. Councilmember McCorkle.
I don't really have a lot that hasn't already been addressed in my phone calls, but, I do want to say that, with my request to add a condition on to that, conditional use permit, I don't want it to look like I'm gonna be picking on any marijuana only industries. I'm wanting to figure out a way to put that on all of them. That any work that's slated to be done on the outside to revamp, remodel, whatever it is to the exterior of the building to be started within 6 months of any approval. We need to work on beautifying needles, not just from the inside out, but it's gonna have to be from the inside in. At this point, we live in a society where everything's about appearance. So we're gonna have to conform to that too. Needles needs to kind of, grow in that direction in order to grow its population, whether it be businesses or residential. That's what I would like to figure out how to move forward with. Other than that, I have nothing else.
Thank you. Councilmember Condon.
I'm good, thank you. I hope everyone had great holiday season. I hope that you had a wonderful Christmas and then you have a very wonderful New Year. And I want to thank everyone that reached out to me for the loss of my sister. It's a pretty devastating loss for me, but my family appreciates it, and she's not back in town yet, so we have not planned anything. So that's kind of weird. But everything that I've needed, I've talked to Patrick about. I've emailed Rainey. So, and I just want to put out there, if you see things wrong in town, please call or get on Needles Connect and report it. If I went out through, lights are out, I took pictures, of the lights, and I just email them to Rainey, and they have a scheduled date where they do these things, but it helps to let them know because they don't see them in the daytime. Only at nighttime, the lights are out. So they're all out during the day. So if you see something, please report it because they get on it right away. If you send a report, take a picture through the Needles Connect. That's a really great tool that we have. Thanks. And that's it.
Councilmember Poe.
I have nothing. Thank you.
Councilmember Bell.
Thank you. Have a good night.
I just have a couple of things. I want to thank all the agencies in our great city that provided food, Christmas gifts to our citizens, and especially to our sheriff's department that took on the responsibility of taking gifts for our senior citizens and our kids. It was really great. Thank you so much. And I also wanted last night to congratulate the St. Vincent for their remodel. It was really quite an undertaking they did, and they're such an asset to the community and their service they provide for us. And again, special thanks so much for Tri-State for their continuous delivery of fresh produce. I know, I go down there and then there'll be 150 people in line. They give to Mojave Valley and anybody else that, comes up, and you can take a case of lettuce. They're very generous in what the citizens can take. We are preparing for Route 66, the Info Fair, February 14th, and we're having a car show since we are celebrating the Route 66. So I've had a really good response from other cities and Route 66 vendors on the highway to attend. So I'm hoping that to be a great event. There is, after seeing it with the Fort Mojave Indian Parade and our Christmas parade, the fire truck, and again, addressing the Rose Parade, there were like 3 cities that had their antique fire trucks in that parade. I would like to see ours move to the west end of the El Garces. There is a drive-through there, and for it to be parked, in the window, we can put ropes around so, people can't, get on it. And then we can have a nice sign made that, we do need contributions to continue the effort to restore it. But I just think it's one more added feature especially for the Route 66. And just our tourists that come in there, to visit the El Garces, to have that in there. And our next meeting, it's adjourned, will be January 27th, and thank you.
Thank you.
If you